everybody, how y'all doing? Welcome to This Week in Foosball. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sure y'all know this guy over here, Mr. Tommy Adkisson. How many world championships do you have?
Just 4.
Just in what?
2 singles, 2 doubles.
What was your first year that you remember?
93.
93, I remember that. That was a heck of a year for
It was
you.
a good year for me.
You almost tripled.
Yeah.
Came back. You have a new baby. Not a new baby. He's 3 years old now, right?
It's getting big.
Man, Kathy showed me a picture of him with his little pirate thing on. Pretty cute stuff. What do you think about the tables this weekend?
Tables are playing great.
How you doing?
We're in the finals in mixed, and we're in 7th in the losers and doubles. I didn't play singles.
Why didn't you play singles?
I played mixed and doubles.
You've got your Oklahoma State Championships coming up.
Yes, it's 3 weeks from this weekend. It's going to be a good time. It's always fun in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma State, I remember, was always a good tournament, always a blast.
We're going to try to make it like it was in the past.
It's been a few years. How long has it been since there's been one there?
2005 or 6, maybe?
I remember I went out there with Mary and did one.
Was that 6 or?
It might have been 2006. So I know they got to be hungry for a big tournament out there. Looks like it's a nice place, huh?
It's an awesome place. It is a very good venue for a tournament.
Let me ask, what do you think about the state of the game? You know, last time we talked, things were kind of a little in turmoil.
They were, and I think they still are. But one thing that I see is like the fireball guy. Only good things can come from competition.
It can be if it's done right. You know, if it leaves a bad taste in your
He's
mouth.
certainly taken the right approach so far, from what I can tell. He's going after endorsements, and he's looking to see what the players think about things, which is something that's never happened in the past. None of these guys have looked for the players' input into what should go on.
Now, let me ask you, when you talk about that, and this is my take on what's going on with foosball these days, is that the dam is shut. There's no more water coming in. You know, there's no more players coming into the game.
Here's one thing that I think that hurt a lot was, whenever we had a big group of youth players, you had the arcades in towns, and that's where your new players come from when they're younger kids. Well, now they really don't have any arcades anywhere. Casinos killed a lot of the older players, or going to the casino and playing poker. I have probably 20 guys locally. Like, are you coming to a tournament? No, I'm going to play poker. So.
Yeah, I know that the days when you and I first started hanging out, you were in Oklahoma City more, Starbucks. Well, if y'all ever had a chance to go out to Starbucks, it's a fantastic place to go play foosball. Probably 20 tables or so in there?
Yeah.
Somewhere like that.
And we probably had the best promoter in the country at the time.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, he's here this weekend.
Yeah, sure. I saw him earlier. And that gave a lot of people, younger age people, an opportunity to get involved in the game and start playing. Nowadays, there's just no place for them to play.
There was a tournament 7 nights a week. Like you said, 20 tables. You could walk in there at 8 in the morning or 8 at night, and all 20 of them tables were going.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, that's true. And so my take on what's going on with Fireball is I really hope they succeed. It's just that, it kind of seems like there's nothing really being done to bring more people into the game. It seems more like it's just feeding off of the dead carcass that's already here on the ground.
Absolutely. And I think that one thing that is affecting part of it is when they started paying more money to the lower grade. veterans. I'm not harping on rookies or semi-pros, but what I tend to deal with locally with us is we'll get players and they'll play for a while and they'll get good enough to where they can come and win a rookie event or compete in the rookie event. Then they'll get moved up. And in the past, everyone wanted to get moved up to make it to a pro. Well, that's not the case anymore. You can win semi-pro doubles and make almost as much as winning open doubles.
I never made any money winning an amateur event. It was a jacket or a trophy or a package deal or something like that. And that gave you an incentive to move up in rank, you know, because now you can win the money. And what's the incentive these days if it costs you less money to win $1,000 and then you have to play against better people, a harder, you know, it's going to be harder for you to win your money back. Not only that, but you're going to have to play more as well on top of that, you know. So I don't know. I think that is an issue that nowadays we may be too far into it to make a drastic change. It might have
I don't know about that.
We might have to slowly, you know, weed that type of.
And there's too many events.
Lots,
you know. There's way too many events.
A lot of conflicts, and that causes people to sit
People
around.
don't even realize it. They come and they play 30 events, and you never really get to see their peak performance in the events that they came to play in, you know, because they're wore out by the time it comes around to the finals, the last day.
Right, it's hard to concentrate on them.
Especially if you're a rookie or a semi-pro and you're playing 35 events, you know. I mean, I know that's a stretch, but what is it, 12 events at this tournament?
I'm not sure. Not a whole lot of them, though. Relative to most of the
like a
stuff.
Mary tournament or
There's a lot of events, and you know I understand why there's a lot of events, especially for the lower ranked players, is because they want to get their money's worth. You know, they're not like you or other pros where they come in specifically for a couple of specific events and concentrate on winning that world championship. I think their mentality is they come in and they figure it's going to cost them so much money to play, and they want to get their money's worth and have a good time at it. And if they win, fantastic. I think that's where they sit now. Looks like we got questions coming in. So why are leagues not a good avenue to recruit and retain players?
Leagues are a great avenue to recruit and attain players. The main thing is it's got to be promoted right. You know, and you have to have help from the top end. You know, as a promoter, you have to have help from the distributor and the manufacturer. You know, they want you to pay $800 to start your league.
Right.
You know, and these guys, they're just not going to do that. You know,
it shouldn't be that way at all.
No,
especially
absolutely not.
If you're the one who is in control of the league and ultimately makes the money
promoting
off
their
of it.
product, and they want you to pay to promote their product.
That's right.
You know,
It shouldn't be that way. What it says, does foosball need to be a tournament sport? Not everyone has the time to put in to become a great like Charlie.
I have a couple different feelings about this. I think that it does need to be a tournament sport, but I think that it only needs to be a master thing for the tournaments. You need to concentrate on the leagues, the stuff for the lower rated players, and then when they get good enough to move up to the tournaments, you know. And the way to create a big player base is through leagues, if it's done right. I mean, look at pool, for instance. Leagues are huge, you know, and you have thousands and thousands of players that are just recreational players. But eventually, they get good enough to want to go compete, you know.
Let's see, I think they should put tables in community colleges and promote leagues from there. You know what, and I think so too. I was talking to somebody earlier about that, I think Tracy McMillan, and I think that's the best place to have leagues.
Not only community colleges, high schools, boys and girls centers, all them places. I started playing at a rec center, you know.
It's just, those places just hardly exist nowadays. So a little bit different. Hope your tournament goes good.
I hope so too.
Y'all try and show up if y'all see him. tell him hi and thanks for doing what he does to help promote foosball and being a good ambassador to the sport.
Thank you, Carlos.
Bring people in.